Welcome to McGuire on Wrestling.
Well, we don't often do shows like this, but I figured given the magnitude of the event, given the fact that it is in Canada, that we would do a special McGuire on Wrestling Survivor Series preview, and we actually have a special guest correspondent that is flying out to Vancouver to be a part of the big event. He is my co-host on 98.1 The Ranch in Lethbridge, Alberta here, and one of the reasons why he's my co-host is we found out a giant wrestling fan. We went to Raw sort of together.
Yeah.
We have talked about a lot of wrestling. We've yet to actually watch a pay-per-view together, but I think that we'll have to get that done here in the new year, maybe the Rumble or something. But Justin Goulet is here. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic, Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thanks for doing this. And by the way, this is Justin all the time. 100% positivity. It's almost sickening.
You know, I guess, am I an honorary member of the New Day? Well, I don't know if we can say that these days.
There might be openings.
Yeah,
might be some openings. I don't know. We could talk about that another time because I think that's going to all blow over. And the big thing about the New Day is that they were never supposed to break up. That was their creed to each other.
Yes, yeah.
They were never going to break up.
Yeah.
And I think that Big E is going to come in and be the glue that reinstates the New Day.
I could see that.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Survivor Series here. So you are going to the show. When it was announced it was coming to Vancouver, we were both like, I'm going to get tickets. And you actually pulled the trigger. I literally, when it was announced, that was like a week or two before I got my new place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, moving, budgets, everything else, I had to be smart about it. I'm like, you know what? I could put it on the credit card. Trying not to get it on the credit card, but you are pulling the trigger and going, you and your wife are flying out, right?
No, it's just going to be me.
Just you?
Yeah, it's just me flying solo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The wife is going to be watching Survivor Series, though. She'll just be watching.
Maybe I should invite her
home.
over there.
Yeah.
Just sit there and grumble. Stupid Justin.
I know. Why is he there? Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, like this is the first PLE that I'll ever be at in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been to 3 Monday Night Raws,
yeah,
1 SmackDown, and a couple of house shows when it comes to WWE wrestling. But I've never been to a PLE live, so I'm super pumped for this.
There's always your first, and I ruined my life with my first because my first was WrestleMania 18.
You went, oh my god, 18 no less. Like I mean,
people will say, oh, it wasn't a great WrestleMania. Guys, I got Rock Hogan. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, that is like the top right there.
What I may think of some participants as people now is irrelevant because there isn't a person alive that doesn't say that wasn't one of the greatest WrestleMania moments, matches, whatever of all time. And it really was, because I remember being 50 rows back on the Skydome field.
Oh, wow.
And still screaming my guts out because it was so good.
The atmosphere must have been amazing there.
Oh, yeah, wow. Dude. I wore a tux.
Yeah.
Well, it's your first pay-per-view, right?
It's a special event. I get it.
Remember they used to always wear the tuxes on the pay-per-views?
Oh, yeah.
That was the best. Especially WrestleMania. Like, that was like the
classiest, the fanciest.
All right, well, I don't know if they're going to be wearing tuxes for Survivor Series, but we do know that we have some matches. 5 have been announced at the time we're recording this, which is the day you're probably hearing it here on Thursday. And we have a SmackDown left to go. That's in the can already, so we know that nothing really gets changed there.
Yeah.
But we have our actual War Games matches. We have a United States Championship match, an Intercontinental Championship match, and the World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs. First of all, no WWE Championship.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing I am a little bummed about because I won't get to see Cody defend the title. But, I mean...
You get Nody.
I know, Nody. But I kind of had a sense that they'd set up KO versus Rhodes for Saturday night's main event. You kind of need that big marquee match to sell that show. So
that's huge. But
yeah,
let's get to the show here. They're listing, this is from Bleacher Report's list, so we don't know the actual match order. We don't know what's going to happen, but it kind of makes sense here. Actually, you know what makes sense is that if they do Gunther versus Damian Priest first.
Oh, that would be a great
I think that would be the kickoff here, World Championship match. So you got Gunther, who is shook, to use a term the kids like, versus Damian Priest, the king of the streets.
I love Damian Priest, but I also love Gunther. Like, these are both two fantastic wrestlers. But, I mean, I'm excited to see Gunther wrestle. We saw him at Raw, the Raw that we went to.
Yep.
With when he was interacting with Bret Hart and Sami Zayn, but didn't actually get to see him wrestle. So this will be my first time seeing Gunther actually wrestle.
You know, the funny thing with Gunther is that the more he sticks around, the more he's slowly winning people over, and he's winning people over as a heel, but he's also still being a good heel. Like, he's still good at getting the crowd to boo for him. I think that Priest has grown into the role of a main eventer a little more since the first world title run. That was the first thing everybody was complaining about.
Yep.
You know, I don't know if he feels like a champion. Well, now he's not a champion, and he feels like a strong contender here. Do you... And I hesitate to do predictions, but I mean, what else are we going to do here? Do you want to see Damian Priest win the championship, or do you want to see Gunther continue as champion?
I mean, I'm happy either way, but I kind of, like, if I have to pick one, I'd like to see Priest regain the title.
I was wondering what your answer would be, because at that Raw, you did want to buy a Terror Twin shirt. So.
And I did end up getting a Terror Twin shirt, and that's what I'm going to be rocking for Survivor Series. So I would love to see Priest win. But my prediction, I think Gunther's retaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go then to the United States Championship. The returning Shinsuke Nakamura against L.A. Knight.
Yeah. I'm very excited to be a part of that, chanting along with L.A. Knight. I think with Nakamura returning and he was gone for such a while, and he's kind of got a different look to him with, like the looks like he kind of has like black face paint and that going on. He's looking good.
He's looking dastardly.
Yeah. And
I don't know if he wins the title at this one. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. But at the same time, maybe he gets disqualified for being too rough. You know what I mean?
I could see that being the case. I love to see LA. I prefer LA Knight, but I do like Nakamura. Don't get me wrong.
If you're going to make Nakamura a killer, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, and I think this might be, pulling the trigger and getting Nakamura, the United States Championship. I think Nakamura's going to win.
Let's put the women's war game. Oh, you know what? That's probably what's going to start this show, is the women's war games match.
I'm so looking forward to that.
And I'm guessing they probably put world championship in the middle. Okay, so let's get to this. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton against the returning Rhea Ripley with her very, very solid-looking mask, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Bayley, and Naomi in war games.
Yeah, of course, Bailey subbing in for Jade Cargill.
Yeah, who's out for some sort of undisclosed injury. But where do you sit on this match?
I honestly don't really care who wins. Like, I'm rooting for Rhea's team, but I love Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, love everybody in this match. I just want to see a cash-in. Give us Tiffany Stratton and a successful Money in the Bank cash-in. This is the perfect time to do it. It's war games. It's a brutal match. People are going to be down. So whether you win or lose, and you've got both women's champions in this match, Nia Jax and Liv Morgan. So
who does she cash in on?
That's tough. I kind of think Nia. I think she cashes in on Nia. She turns on Nia and goes for that belt.
I mean, that's the setup. That's what makes sense. But the one thing about the Triple H era is that sometimes they like to be a little unpredictable. So
you could see her cashed in on Liv, but that's what I really want to see. I want to see a successful Money in the Bank cash in. I would love to see that in person.
Could it be Tiffy time? All right. Three-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker defending his title against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Braun Breaker back as Intercontinental Champion. I don't know. Ever since the Jey Uso thing and how quick that was, it feels like he's a little less than right now. But maybe this is what brings him back. I think he needs to retain this one to stay credible. But again, you've got Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus, two guys who are no slouches. So,
well, I mean, you're looking at Kaiser, who's kind of trying to separate himself from Gunther and kind of do his own thing in a sense. And then Sheamus, he's chasing after the one title. He's never won.
The one title that's eluded me.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs it, fella. But I agree with you. Braun Breaker needs to get the win, because if Braun loses, it's like there goes that momentum, especially with the first reign as the IC champ was so short.
Yeah, I think that maybe Sheamus and Kaiser go on to have a feud after this, or vice versa. Whoever eats the pin or whatever, and Breaker wins. I don't know. Joe Aguinaldo, who's on all our shows here, he's not a huge fan of multi-man matches for a title. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
When it comes to this thing, so if Breaker wins, I'm fine with that. But we get to our main event. This is the big daddy of them all. It is the new Bloodline against the original Bloodline with some special guests on both sides. in Survivor Series War Games. Now, we go to the new Bloodline side, led by Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Bronson Reed, going against Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jay and Jimmy Uso, and CM Punk, who is there as a Paul Heyman guy. Now, on Friday, we're going to be getting the sit-down between Roman Reigns and CM Punk to explain themselves to each other and why is he here. If you watched SmackDown last Friday, you saw Roman Reigns say, "I don't like you." And Punk said, "You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not about me and you. It's about him," pointing to Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah.
So, how much is this about Paul Heyman? And how much is CM Punk going to play a factor in this match?
And I mean, there's a really cool connection here with Reigns and Punk, because we go back to 2012, it was, when the Shield debuted at Survivor Series to help Punk retain the WWE Championship.
Right.
So that's going way back. There's that history between those two. So I thought that was that's kind of neat to look at.
Well, that's fair, but back to the match. What part do you see CM Punk playing?
Oh, it's tough. This one is just so up in the air, and I don't even know if I want to make a prediction on who's going to win. But it's tough to say if CM Punk is going to stay true, do what Paul Heyman wants him to do and help the original Bloodline pick up the win, or if we see something different. Maybe Mr. Heyman is scheming a little bit and working with Solo and co.
Smart money is on Seth Rollins somehow getting involved in all this.
That would make total sense.
And somehow costing Punk either his eligibility or, maybe there's an attack backstage. I don't think they would totally keep Punk out of the match. I think that would be too much of that would turn a lot of the crowd on him.
Yeah.
But definitely, could he play a factor in the match? Maybe. Mm-hmm. Or maybe because that's what everybody's thinking, they don't do it at all.
Yeah, because I mean, that's when they were looking for the fifth man, the OG Bloodline. A lot of people were thinking, the new Bloodline got Bronson Reed. Who is he feuding with? Seth Rollins. It's going to be Seth, a Shield reunion. So I kind of like that they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But who knows what could happen. Another big question out of this match is, will The Rock appear?
Anything is possible. What are you going to do if The Rock shows up at this show? How are you going to feel?
I might cry, honestly.
Cry.
No, I won't cry, but I will scream very loudly. I would love to see The Rock. But you know what? I'm gonna keep the expectations at bay.
There you go. Well, let us know under the post for this podcast on the Team MOW McGuire on Wrestling Facebook page. Where do you think these matches are going to go? There will be a discussion thread on the show. Don't forget, it's an early start time for this PLE as well. So all the details, Team MOW McGuire on Wrestling. Join us on Facebook. Follow me at McGuire Show. And we always love hearing from you. And do us a favor. Keep it up. Tell your friends. We're seeing some more growth here with the pod. And it's all because of your support. So thank you for that. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
Safe travels, my man. And send me some pictures from the store. I might float you some cash for something.
Perfect.